During the tour, the Queen, the Duke and the Prince of Wales each minted coins themselves, and the Queen kept one as a souvenir.
She famously never carried cash, despite being the face of it throughout her long reign.
My government will continue to work.
Queen Elizabeth was one of Britain's wealthiest women. A monarch, landowner, property tycoon, collector and investor with an estimated personal fortune of about $500 million.
The Queen and the monarch have a dual role. One is as head of state, in which everything is disclosed, and therefore all the financials are freely available to observe. She also had a role as a private individual, and as a private individual, financial information is not necessarily to be disclosed to the public.
Her own wealth came in part from her mother's estate, properties including Balmoral Castle in Scotland, a vast stamp collection, artworks and her beloved racehorses.
Done it! Estimate and Ryan Moore has won for Her Majesty the Queen!
As monarch, she owned one of the biggest property portfolios in the UK. The Crown estate includes parks, shopping centres, offices, business and residential property. Profits from the estate, which is an independent commercial business, got paid into the UK Treasury, which in turn took 25% of the profits and paid them to the Queen. This is called the sovereign grant. Privately, she received money from another estate, the Duchy of Lancaster, which is held in trust for the sovereign. It's worth an estimated $682 million. The Queen started paying tax voluntarily on its income in 1992. In 2017, an investigation called the Paradise Papers found about $13 million had been invested by the Duchy legally offshore in a Caribbean tax haven.
She did nothing wrong, it wasn't illegal, but most people thought that all her investments were in Britain and they were in blue chip companies. And it did tarnish her image of being whiter than white. It looked as though she was acting like a city fund manager.
It's unlikely we'll ever really know how wealthy the British Queen was. For some, her wealth represented an outdated institution, that of monarchy. For her supporters, though, she was a valuable asset, worth the coins and notes she appeared on. Rory, Challands, Al Jazeera.
God save the King.
God save the King.
Well, King Charles's second proclamation took place in the financial heart of the nation, the City of London. The area became known as the Square Mile as global banks established their headquarters there. But the tradition goes back centuries. King Charles will inherit a personal fortune worth hundreds of millions of dollars of his mother, Queen Elizabeth II.